Hi guys, new way to interpret my day trading program. I haven't changed my day trading program, but just I want to interpret it better. Basically, the whole purpose of this is to look at volume spikes. The idea is that when the traders are trading, the volume changes a lot. All the trading will produce either will produce a change in the price, either a price will go up or a price will go down. And this is on the 1 minute time frame, like I always day trade. Still studying it. This isn't ready for release yet. What I'm doing new is looking at, instead of just looking at one volume and one um, candle, if you will. I'm looking at two candles. So, for example, if you see, okay, so the bottom row is the volume row, and the next to the bottom row is momentum. So the bottom row is the triangles. The second to the bottom is the momentum, and the third one's RSI, which is like my favorite. So, but mainly the volume. So you notice here we have two volume triangles, two blue ones. The black ones are sort of like neutral, and the red ones are low volume. Blue, high volume; black, medium volume; red, low volume. Same thing with momentum. Green means lots of momentum going in a positive direction. Black means neutral, and red would mean momentum's going in the negative direction. You want to sell. Green, RSI, the third row up, is like means it's ready. Stock's ready to go up. Okay. So the start of the day here is a stashed line, and so you normally during the beginning of the day it's kind of volatile. You'll notice that there aren't any double blue triangles, so I'm not trading until I see them. If you want to kind of follow what's happening, you can look at like maybe 3 or 4 bars in candles in a row, right? So you got a blue, a red, a black, and a blue. So you got like in 4 candles, you got only one. You got black or blue 3 of the 4 times. So you can kind of use this as a gauge. And if you look at the momentum row, you got red, black, black, red. So 2 of the 4 times are red, 2 of the 4 times are black. So the momentum says it's going down. Another one here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars, 6 candles in a row. And in the 6 candles, only one's red, the rest are either black or blue. So there's extra heavy trading going on in this whole big period. And if you look at the momentum, it's either black or red at all of them. So that means it's going down. Right. So this can kind of tell you in opening what it's going to tend to go down, and it sure did. It went down. Eventually hits bottom, and anyways, you could get here and here if you want to. You know, so RSIs are all, third row up is all green. But what I want to concentrate on is this part here. This is really the first entry point, because you have 2 blue triangles, 2 volumes, and then if you look at the momentum, you have a green and black. It'd be better if the second one is green, but in its favor here we have 2 green RSIs. So this is saying it's going to continue to go up, and usually what happens is you have 2 blues and you still expect it to go up, and so even afterwards there's a little push up, and then it goes down, and then it kind of goes sideways. Now in the sideways part of the time, you really don't have very much trading going on. See all these red triangles? There's not much trading going on. So there's nothing really to countermand all these traded shares. It means it might go sideways, but there might be some trading going on here, black, blue, black, but the momentum's all neutral. So everything is saying that this still has yet to be fulfilled. Eventually it still has to go up a little bit more. It's going to continue to kind of go up. I mean, after the second blue triangle here did go up a little bit, maybe that was its fulfillment. But there's nothing that says it's going to keep on going down, if that makes sense. It's going to go down from where it's going. It all looks sort of sideways or good. Here's your entry point right there. which means you'll probably get in right on the next candle over, like right there. And by the way, notice that there's sort of like a horizontal, it's called a resistance line from here. This one broke it, so through that, it's above it. Well, anyways, the next one is here, and you notice they have two blues, and then you have two black momentums. So this is saying that it's still probably going to go up, because it would be better if one of these were green. But one thing you should also note is that the trend, by this time the trend's going up. You entered here, and you can see that the trend was going up. And they always say don't trade against the trend. You can get exit out of it if you want. And if you exited out here, you would have probably exited out around there. So you would have broke even if you would have exited out. But this is, to me, sort of good. Hang in there, guys. Okay, so we go on to the next one. Next one is definitely the two blues, and then you have two green momentums. I need to get in, zoom in a little bit better. See the green momentum? So it's continuing up. So hang in there, and it goes up, and then it starts going down. Is it time to panic yet? Not really. There's two of them I missed here too. Shoot. They were behind that thing. There's two blue triangles here and a red one. That tells you it's going to go down. So this might be a good place to get out right here. And notice there's a whole bunch of tops. Anyways, I could go duplicate and bring this over there. So that would be probably a good place to get out, right in here. There you can see the blue true, and then two blue, and then you see the red momentum right above the second blue. That's telling you get out. But it's still a long trend, and you notice that this price over here is way above the trend line. So what it could mean is that it's going to do a pullback, and sure enough, it does a pullback, and it'll probably be a sharp pullback. Boom, and that's a good pullback. There's another one here too. Wow, I missed a bunch of them, didn't I? See that one? You got a green and a black and a double blue here. That means it's going to go up again. If one of these was red, that would be it's going to go down, but it's not. Then you go over here. Again, you got a double blue with a green and a black. It's going to continue to go up. And then over here, you got, I guess it's your second. You got, see this double blue with a red momentum. That means it's going down. And notice all these tops here. Boom, T's, T, 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 T. It means this. My program thinks this is the very top. See, but that would be a good place to exit here as well, which is about the same place this thing exited. Notice you got the T and two T's here. Here you got four T's, so that's a better top. Okay, so without looking at them all, these are all red momentums, red momentums, red momentums. So you have four chances to get, like 4 or 5 chances to get out. You've reached your top. Time to get out. It's going to tank, and sure enough, it tanked. There's the tank. Boom. If you look at the big picture, you can see the trend, and you'll notice that it's all these pink bubbles. It's going up, 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 up. Then you hit the red bubbles, which say you've reached the top. I think that was a red bubble too. So I wanted to show you one more day. This is actually kind of live going on. So this is the beginning of the day. can't get a good, so you can see it. All right, there, maybe you can see it now. Again, the beginning of the day, it's volatile, that there's a bunch of blue stuff beginning. I would just not mess with it. Kind of like the last one, it goes down, hits bottom, starts going up. You see a whole bunch of these used things happening, but what you don't see is double blues. You just see a blue here, a black there, a blue here, everywhere blue, blue. Here's your first double blue, and the double blue here, you're going in an uptrend, and the second one says momentum says red, so this says it's going to go down, but it actually went up. So I wanted to show you that it was a false flag. It's interesting is that this was a false flag, and over here when it reached right there, see that level, the crosshair level, and go across, this said it was going to go down and it didn't. So people probably had shorted here thinking it was going to go down, but instead it went up. So this is a good way to get a point that this would be a good way to tell, hey, it was a false. Since it was a false reading, a bunch of people traded stock here thinking it was going to go down, but it went up, and now they're stuck. So what happens when people get stuck? Well, it went up, and so when it comes down, back down again, they're going to have a chance to get rid of their money. So those that had shorted here had to wait, and then when it got down here, they probably put these limits in there. It says exit, and here's another exit, and so that's why you have like a support line here. See that support line? So that's a really cool way to, I just noticed that, figure out a support line. So we could have got stuck on that one ourselves. Anyways, the other thing to notice is, let's see if I can zoom in. See this one, this is like a two double blues, but then you got a red and a black. Here you have a black and a black. So anyways, those are kind of saying, this one's saying since it has a red and black, it's going to start going down. This is neutral. And then you have these reds over here, which definitely say, okay, so the reason I draw a rectangle here is because if you look at all these candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row, there's only 2 red, the rest of them are black or blue. So there's a bunch of trading going on in this area, and this is our double blue, and it's going down. So this is basically saying we've reached our top, and it's going to go down. And anyways, it went down from here, and that's where all the D's are, and it keeps on going down here, and now it's going like this. This is another area where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, 4 candles, only one's red, 2 blues and a black, and the momentums are either red or black, so it's kind of saying it's going to go down here too. So it went down, big down. And then it jumped here. Those guys sold off. Again, this is that important support line, because right here they shorted thinking it was going down, but it actually went up. So here's where a whole bunch of people got rid of their line and rid of their stuff, and the support line was hit. And so what happens was the support line was made. And so what people did, probably they said, if it hits the support line again, we think it's going to bounce off of it, so that the price bounced off it and it went back up again. So there's a lot of information here. Over here, you have 2 blues and 2 greens. It means it's going to keep on going up, and there it went up. So I wanted to talk, see the big picture. I know this is long. This is actually a really cool video, though. Learned a lot on this one. Okay. All right. So this is about this particular stock. It's not really stock. It's an ETF. Something exchange traded fund. Exchange traded fund. I guess the exchange is NASDAQ. I'm kind of mad at NASDAQ right now, but anyways, it's a 3 times exchange traded fund. All right. So there's 2 important things here. One, exchange traded fund. I always wondered about why is that so cool, as opposed to just buying individual stocks. Well, I've been burning stocks as everybody has, but sometimes you get into the stock and then some bad news happens. There was something, whatever. There's some bad news or good news, and the price of stock gets traded. But with the ETF, it's not just one stock; it's several different. They're like indexes. Several different. The price of this particular fund is basically they look at a whole bunch of different stocks and come up with a final fund. So the fund is basically some company bought a whole bunch of different stocks, and so the idea is that if one stock has a bad day or a good day or whatever, the other stocks kind of even it out, so it averages out. So that helps take away the effect of news or dividends or earnings or options or runs or whatever. It averages things out. One little stock is not going to affect the big mass of stock. Does that make sense? So I'm liking that. Other thought thing is this is a 3 times. So this is an oil-based fund. That's why it's called oil. There's OILU and OIL. I think the U means it's good. When the oil stock goes up, then this fund will go up. And OIL means when the oil stock gets lower, it'll go up. So the OILU and the OIL are opposites. And so what that means is whether the stock goes up or down, you can trade either one of those. That way you don't have to short. You can always do a long trade. The 3 times. The 3 times means this: if the oil stocks are going up a certain amount, this fund will go up 3 times that amount, that's what their stated goal is. They might not always get it, or they might go more, but that's generally what happens, is what they claim anyways. The 3 times is important because there's obviously the bigger gain you have, the more money you make. As an example, this is a $20 share, and from the peak here to the low there is $2. So $2 delta gain profit over $20 stock is 10%. So you could actually make 10% in, from here to there. In 3 hours you could make 10% of your money. Scalping is kind of interesting too, because if you can trade over a short period of time, your chances of a big tank, like this is a quick tank, if you bought here and just kept hanging on to it for several hours, you'd catch that big tank. But let's say that you were up here and you notice that this price here was way above the trend line. You see, I'm going to short, and you got the symbol here that says it's going to drop. So see these TTs here, it's a top. So basically then what you can do is you short, and it goes down here, and so the delta from here to here, 21.10, 40 is 30 cents. So that's 1.5%. Well, in a normal stock, you'd only get, since this is 3 times, this is a 3 times, 3x, 3 times stock. So 1.5% here corresponds to in an individual stock making only 0.5% here. So you get 3 times the profit. If you're going to do a scalp from here to here, 1.5% scalp, you did that. I mean, that would be awesome if you could make 1.5% of your money. The thing is, you're not going to really make 1.5%. You might get the signal that this is the peak, and then you get into the next, right there. The next time you set up your buy and everything and hit the trade button, you're right here. So you're down a little bit from the peak, and now you detect the bottom. It starts going back up again. So now you're in here. So instead of making 1.5%, maybe you're only making 0.7% or something. So let's see. On a regular stock, if you have a 5% maximum delta, you're going to make maybe half of that, 0.25% delta. So that's the really cool thing about a 3 times stock. Hope that makes sense.